You know, we're about to talk about an app that neither of us have been on, or at least I have not been
Months.
on in years.
I have not been on for months.
Wow.
Almost half a year.
Reformed.
Yeah. Reformed
Reformed.
twink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi everyone, my name's Timothy.
My name's Machu, and welcome to Pitchin Sh.
Today we're talking about an app that we hold, I guess, very far from our hearts.
Very, very far. Very far.
Very far from our hearts.
This is, if you did not know, this is the pitch that started it all.
It really is.
Our careers would not exist truly without this app.
Without this app.
This show would not exist if this app was not around.
Yeah. It's like a 9/11 to like Ellen DeGeneres being fired kind of situation.
And that's exactly how I would have put that.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
right.
My Chemical Romance would not be around without 9/11.
Right. And this podcast would not be around without the canon event that is this app.
Yeah.
It really isn't.
Yeah.
Like,
the RNC would not be what it is without this app either.
it wouldn't.
It wouldn't.
It wouldn't.
So this is...
So many of those people would still be...
You know which app we're talking about. You heard our voice and then we said app and you knew exactly what we were talking about.
Right.
So...
Today we're talking about Grindr.
We're talking about Grindr. But, as we always do, we want to educate you a little bit.
A little bit.
Talk about our experiences.
What does it mean to be on Grindr?
Our philosophy around hookup culture in general as well. We're not going to get too into the weeds because there are freaks out there.
There are freaks.
There are freaks out there.
Trust me, I know.
Oh, we know. Oh, we know. We know some fucking freaks out there.
Right. We're going to put the name, but I want to say one.
Okay. Right. Bush on Main.
Bush on Main.
Bush on Main.
But yeah, today is an app that is known far and wide, even outside the gay community, as an app where people go to hook up.
Yes.
To fuck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we say people, but
we mean, well,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We mean.
Right. We mean.
We mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Well. What would we do without this app? So much, actually.
A lot of my time would be back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just get into hookup culture.
Yeah.
It is, I think, what a lot of people think about when they think of the gay community.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying the LGBTQ community as a whole, but definitely the gay men community.
Yeah.
The male gay community. It's pervasive.
It is very pervasive.
And I think for a long time, and obviously this is something that I think, like, it's good to acknowledge, but I do think we need to break out of the stereotype. Because obviously the gay community is a lot more than butt fucking.
Right.
Right. There's also hand stuff.
And mouth stuff if you feel so inclined.
Only if you want to.
Only if you want
to.
We're just so much more than
we're so much more than a hole.
We could be two.
Or three if you really push it.
How many orifices are there in the human body?
Jesus Christ. This is a good episode. This was a needed episode.
This is really sore.
We just filmed another episode where we didn't really make any serious jokes. This was needed.
This is really needed. Oh my goodness.
Oh, good lord. And you know, I think our best content comes out of sex jokes.
It really does. And that's why I keep making them.
That's why we keep making them, yeah.
Right.
So, let's talk about it. Pretty much, like, hookup culture has been a big thing throughout the gay community, and for a reason.
Yes.
Like, obviously, for a very long time, there was anti-sodomy laws. There was anti-gay marriage laws. So, you know, gay people in general, including trans people, were unable to, like, solidify a union with their partners, which many of these people are still religious in many ways.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's a big part of, like, you know, the culture. And it's like, that was banned for a very long time. And anti-sodomy made having a solid partner also a very difficult thing.
Yeah.
And just like the the rate at which diseases spread amongst the queer community during like the 70s, 80s, 90s was insane. Like everyone knew someone who died to AIDS.
Yeah.
So I mean, like famous people we know that have died of AIDS, right? Like Freddie Mercury died of AIDS, and a lot of that has to do with hookup culture.
Let me actually really quickly shout out Howard Ashman, who also died of AIDS or
Period.
complications because of HIV, who is the reason why Disney is so successful today. Without him, Disney would be kind of a nobody company. But he is the one who wrote The Little Mermaid and pioneered the era of the Disney movie musical, right? And we have him to thank for
some of the
genuine masterpieces like Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin as well.
And so this is to say, first of all, get on PrEP. If you're going to hook up, get on PrEP. Actually,
really quickly before we pivot from this, I think we cannot have a conversation about... Did we just watch the clip the curb?
Yes, you did. Sorry. The USPS truck just clipped the curb. As you were saying.
One of us.
One of us.
Anyway, no, I was saying we cannot talk about like anti-sodomy laws and hookup culture in the 80s without talking about cruising.
Oh, yes, thank you.
We cannot exclude cruising from this conversation because again, so much of this hookup culture and like I guess connection between queer or like gay men in general, right? It had to be anonymous. And that's not to say like women can't, like queer women can't or have not gone cruising. I'm sure that there are instances of queer women also engaging in this kind of culture. But when we're talking about like gay sex, a lot of culture surrounding like hookup culture and like queer culture, cruising is a really big part of it.
Yes.
And we can't discount it, right?
Yeah.
Is it kind of odd that to have sex in a public place? Yes. But like it's also important to recognize the circumstances that surround it, to recognize why it was such a big deal in the gay community and why people even now continue to defend it, to participate in it, right? Obviously now it's a lot of like DL men, but like back then everybody was DL.
Back then that was the only way to be gay.
Yeah, back then the only way to be gay was to be DL, and like that's also true.
Respect your DLs.
Respect your DLs. Look, I love to clown on DL trade.
We are about to bash some DLs in a bit.
We are.
Give them a little bit of respect.
Give them a little bit of respect, right? Give them a little bit of grace, if not respect. Maybe respect they're not too deserving of, but like grace, of course.
Right. Grace.
Let's give them some understanding, peace and love. And let's all remember that our community originated as DLs. Right.
And let's also remember that like in many households, in many parts of the world, even here in the United States, it is absolutely dangerous to be a queer person at all. So like that is why DL is so pervasive.
Yeah, and like let's have a lot of let's hold sympathy and space for
don't paint DL trade.
Don't paint DL trade.
Don't paint DL trade.
Right. And obviously there's a lot of nuance in this conversation, but back to cruising, I just want to say like just a little bit of history into like what cruising is. Cruising is basically having anonymous sex in a public space, obviously discreetly. You don't want people to catch you and find out because that's illegal. But it was a way for queer men, especially back then, to meet up and like meet each other, engage in, connection, to put it in family-friendly terms.
Right. You already said sex.
Yeah, I already said sex. To engage in gay sex.
Yeah. We already had a whole bit about anal.
Right. Well, to engage in like sex in a way that like, they would have enjoyed. Or they found, like individually satisfying.
Right.
And it was basically their only outlet for queer, like their queer expression, basically, because obviously it wasn't allowed at home. A lot of the times it was really hard to find partners because again, everybody had to be DL.
Yeah.
So it was like, it was a way, and it was a very big way for a long time, for queer people to find each other and to engage in their queerness.
And also like because of these anti-sodomy laws, it was like if you could not be a straight man and bring another straight man back to your home.
Yeah.
Straight man back to your home without being questioned.
Yeah.
And it's like it was very much there's reasons why it had to have been cruising.
Yeah, there are
Yes.
reasons for why it was such a big thing and why it continues to be a thing nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like it was such a large practice because of a lot of restrictions that were placed on the queer community,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so like let's not go around bashing Grindr and Sniffies for
Yes.
being the places that they are,
Yes.
especially given the historical context of hookup culture as it exists within the gay community.
And look,
right?
we are not saying that there's anything inherently wrong with these apps existing,
Mm-hmm.
because there are plenty of people who find pleasure in these acts. Plenty
Yeah.
of people who don't identify with monogamy, and there's plenty of people who are aromantic completely.
Yeah.
And this is for them. This is even for single people who just want to have a little bit of fun.
Right.
But
which was me for a while.
Which was a lot of people in the community for
Yeah.
a while.
But like let's also say that like these apps wouldn't exist in the way that they are without the base. Grindr, I don't think was
Yes.
made specifically to be a hookup app. It just happened to
Yes.
be that a lot of queer people, or a lot of gay men specifically,
Used it as a
used
hookup
it
app.
for
Yes.
sex,
Yes.
right? And then and then the app itself, the developers and all of that, sort
Leaned
of
into
decided to
that.
lean into it.
Yes.
Because that is partly where money is made.
Yeah.
Right.
And sex sells.
Sex does sell.
Sex sells. And so I think we should get into, let's get into more about like Grindr specifically and why we're
Yeah.
talking about Grindr specifically.
Okay, yeah. So
Because-
obviously Grindr has a lot of problems.
Grindr has a lot of problems. She crashes every time the RNC comes into town.
Right. So let's work on fitting more people in there.
Let's increase our server capacity, okay?
Yeah. It's just so tight.
It's just so tight.
Not
Our
everyone-
server's so tight.
Yeah, not everyone can fit in every single hole at one time.
Look, there's a lot that we could talk about Grindr for. I think it upholds a lot of stereotypes and it
Mhm.
upholds a lot of negative thinking within the queer community. Which we're supposed to be above that. We're supposed to
Yeah.
be
More
past
open-minded.
these things.
Yeah.
And yet it still feels very much like this app and other hookup apps keep pushing that into the zeitgeist of the queer community. And what I'm talking about is like, you can choose who you're hooking up with based on weight, race, age. Well, obviously age is probably a big one, but like race and weight.
They did get rid of the race filter, but I
Okay.
have seen on Twitter some people saying that they want it back.
Right,
And let me tell you that most of them are white twinks.
right,
Or like
right.
white former twinks at the very least.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like, weight, body type,
Mhm.
things like this that are very much
They're pervasive in the gay community.
yes.
Right.
Yes.
The issue of like body image and the issue
Yes.
of racial preferences often comes up
Mhm.
in queer communities, because
Mhm.
in queer communities obviously like relationships are a lot more fluid.
Mhm.
They are a lot more, you can pick and choose, but with that comes
Mhm.
a lot of, oh, like it's okay, like I don't have to get with this person because it's just a preference, and then the preference turns out that like it's because they're, I don't know, Black or Asian or Hispanic or something.
right.
And it's like at that point it's like, look, you like, as an Asian person, as a person of color, we are not entitled to date
Mhm.
a white person or
Right.
a person of another race. Like we obviously, that kind of comes from like, oh, like we're obviously nobody's entitled to this person.
Yeah.
But also it's like a shitty thing.
I think the biggest thing is like, it's not even that people have preferences.
Mhm.
Like, you are not entitled to date anyone that you are not attracted to.
Yeah.
The biggest thing, though, is that this was reinforcing inherent stereotypes in people.
Yeah.
And inherent stereotypes in the queer community. There's a big portion of the community that upholds very racist values. And
Yeah.
that's just not...
Let's talk about no rice.
Exactly. Let's talk about no rice. Let's talk about how...
Let's talk about how there's a subset of bear for every
Yes.
single race
Yes.
of big person with
There's
curly hair.
also like sorry, my gosh. The queer Black community is such an important
There's a
part
cornerstone
of the LGBTQ
Yeah.
community, and yet often it feels like
they're being pushed out of their own
They're being
spaces
pushed out of their own
by
spaces.
white queer people.
exactly, even though this community would not exist had it
Mhm.
not been for Black queer people in the 1960s.
Yeah, specifically white gay men. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, well,
Well,
West
I know
Hollywood.
we're trying to preach like peace and love, but
Mhm. West Hollywood.
West Hollywood
Um,
twins.
Right. We've talked about that before on this show.
Right.
Yeah. So I think I think it was really important that we had to get into this.
Yes, we did.
There are many other apps besides Grindr. There's like Sniffies. Honestly, people use Tinder too.
People use Tinder. No, and see, look, like hookup culture has also spread beyond like the queer community. Which, to be fair, hooking up is not exclusively a queer.
No, absolutely
like,
not.
Gay thing. Like, it's not a gay thing. It's kind of queer in the sense that it challenges the idea of a
monogamous
relationship. It challenges the idea of like waiting until marriage. So in a way, it's inherently queer, regardless of whoever is engaging in it, whether the act itself is gay or homosexual or not. Like, it is still like, you know, more or less a queer experience, even though it's kind of more mainstream than most, right? But when we're talking about like heterosexual hookups, right, and heterosexual hookup culture, it does kind of take a lot of hallmarks from like queer hookup culture as well. Yeah. Right. Which, I mean, they're kind of similar anyway. But...
Yeah. I mean, it's hooking up.
It's hooking up.
That's what it is.
Right. But it's like there's a lot of things you can go back to and look like, oh, like this is also reflective of the queer community.
Yeah. And so, just we're talking about Grindr specifically because it's the most popular.
It is the most popular.
It is the most popular to the point that they literally like sponsor people.
Let's talk about their social strategy.
Their social strategy is insane.
It really is. They comment on like people's posts. Oh my God, they genuinely comment on people's posts. It's so funny. It is hilarious.
Let us talk about 2020 when they had Charlie XCX host a set over a live stream on Grindr. Let us not forget that.
Right.
Yeah.
What would we do without
Good Lord.
Grindr?
I mean, they truly have, whether straight people want to admit it or not, they have defined a lot of modern pop culture.
Netflix wants to be to streaming the way that like what Grindr is to hookup apps.
Yes, they are the definitive one.
They are the like.
You may have other ones installed on your phone, but you always have Grindr on there.
Yeah, look, like you may be opening Sniffies on your browser every once in a while,
right? Because Sniffies is not an app.
Sniffies is not an app. You may be going on like Scruff or something.
I forgot about Scruff.
Right.
And that is a name that I've not heard in years.
Right. You could be going on like, I don't know, they have specific ones for like specifically for specific groups of people. I think they have like an Asian version.
Of course
they do.
Of course
they have one for like, I think Scruff is for bears specifically, right?
I see. Yes.
Yeah. No. Oh my God. There's just so many.
Many. Look,
no matter which one you have, you will always have Grindr.
Yeah. That's always
that is the why.
You're always maining Grindr, if you will. Anyway, so that's why we're choosing this one.
Yes, that's why we're choosing Grindr today.
We should get into.
Let's get into this pitch.
So, welcome to Grindr, the game.
Yeah, Grindr. We have $1 million idea for you.
We do. We want to invest.
We want you to invest.
We want you to invest.
In this pitch.
We love how you break down people into stereotypes and break down people into the very few things that matter in a person.
Right.
Body type, race, height,
tightness, girth, length.
Oh, right. There's also girth and length. If you're a side, a top, or a bottom.
Right. And you see, these are really the main characteristics of a person.
Yes. Nothing else matters.
Every single conversation starts with, hey, how's it go? Hey, what you doing? But it's always WYD.
WYD ASL.
ASL. And then it goes top or bottom.
Right.
Sometimes not even top or bottom. It just goes T or B.
TOB.
Which one?
Which one?
Right.
Sometimes none.
Sometimes it doesn't even go into it. Sometimes it's literally just a picture.
Yeah.
And it will either be a picture. Usually it's a poll. Sometimes it's a poll.
Actually, so my experience when I was on this app is that it would start with, I would get, like tapped.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, and then immediately collage. I'm like,
look. Here's my thing though. I think if you're gonna send me a picture, at least have the decency to do so in an album.
It's always an album. I always get sent an album.
Look, I would rather get an album than 5 straight pictures of both because at least the album has the blur over it.
That's true. That is true.
The album has the blur over it, so I'm not like I can prepare myself before I like look at it and see what's inevitably inside, which is a really ugly dick pic.
And we know we know what it's gonna be.
Yeah, like it's usually a really ugly dick pic. Look,
no, this is exactly what it is. This is exactly what it is. Faceless profile, no description, No description.
Yeah.
Honestly, sometimes they don't even send a tap. You don't even text first. You get the collage. You get the. I forget what it's
Yeah.
called. You get
It's called the album.
You get the album. You click it
Dick.
from like laying down, face, camera's like all the way down here, face, and then penis.
No, it's not even that. It's literally just top-down view of their dick.
Oh, that's worse.
It's genuinely like some of these dick pics that I've seen.
Sometimes you get one
ugliest.
sitting on the fucking toilet. Sitting on the fucking toilet.
Yeah, sitting on the
half
fucking toilet.
chubbing, and I'm like,
okay. Like, guys, we actually
this is insane.
we actually need.
I can't believe we're talking about this.
Yeah, and look. Here's the thing. I have tolerance for people who actually put effort into the picture they put on there.
I'm sorry, like, guys, rule of thirds.
Rule of thirds.
Come on.
Guys, show more than just the top-down view of your dick.
Yes.
I don't want to, like, look. I'm
Yes.
gay. I love dick. But, like,
Show,
I
don't
really
tell.
Show, don't tell. I don't need to just see just your dick. Like,
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Put some glasses on it.
put some clothes on it.
Dress it up.
That was good. Oh my god. Like, stack some donuts on it or something. Like, look, if you're gonna show just your dick, it needs to be impressive. Put a Coke can next to it.
I need to see some actions.
I need to see some
Yeah.
action or something.
Mm,
Strike a pose. Lip sync for your life.
Yes, put it in drag. Put it in drag. Actually, you don't need to don't send me an album. Send me episode 4 of season 7 of Drag Race. And instead of like Trixie Mattel, it's your penis.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I need some editing.
I need some editing. Guys, come on now. Like, let's put some effort into these pictures. I couldn't care less about a person that puts effort into their thing. Like, I'm like, look, if it's like a full body thing, I'm like,
Mhm.
whatever. If it has your face and you're like hot, then yeah, like that's fine.
I guess. Yes.
But like, if it is literally just your dick or just whole, pack it up.
Look, what I hate the most, and look, I've already mentioned it once.
Right.
Like, okay, the toilet thing only happened like a couple times. That was pretty bad though.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad. Like stains on the seat. Sorry, I'm getting off track.
Yeah.
No, what I hate the most is like clearly laying down.
Clearly laying down. Right.
Clearly laying down, completely dark.
Right.
All that's being illuminated is face, penis
Yeah.
by the light of your phone.
Right. And it's ugly too.
And it's low quality. And I'm just
Low
like, oh.
quality because it's dark.
And they're always like, oh, God.
God. It's always just so like
And I don't even,
unflattering.
and at this point, I don't even know if you're attractive or not because that was severely unattractive.
Right. No, and here's the thing too. I'm like, look, if you send me an album and your pictures are ugly, we're meeting up but we're not fucking. We're taking a photo shoot. Like, there's no reason.
We're meeting up. Everyone is soft.
Yeah, we're meeting up. There is no reason you should be having ugly nudes on your phone. I'm so
Come
sorry.
on, you can be more tasteful.
Like literally just go.
Oh my
Go
God.
to Twitter, look for people's like news that you like, and then
I
just try to
thought-
copy them or something.
I thought gays were supposed to be creative.
I thought you guys were supposed to be
What
creative.
happened to creativity?
What happened to that? Why are we sending people these low effort albums?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
It
not.
is not okay.
Right. Look, we would absolutely flame Olivia
Yeah.
Rodrigo for releasing a half-baked album.
Yeah.
Why
Are you sending me
sending
a half-baked album?
Right.
Right.
So what's going on here? Mama, your album is not Brat. Your album is 143.
Oh, don't do
Right.
that. Don't do that.
No, and sometimes it is.
Sometimes it is. And
Sometimes it
sometimes that's all
is.
they listen to.
Right.
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 Okay. Sorry, we got a little off track. That was really important, though. That was really important.
We needed
that
to
address that.
We really needed to get it off the chest.
So that's actually gonna be part of this. So this is a game.
Yes,
Grindr.
we're gamifying,
We're gamifying Grindr. I don't know if you guys remember it. This trended like a while ago,
Mhm.
but it was like one of those live streaming apps where you grew. But it was like
Omegle?
no,
Okay.
because Omegle wasn't explicitly for that.
Okay, it wasn't explicitly. but-
There is an app that is explicitly for that.
Is it really?
Yes.
That's crazy.
And
I actually did not know
they
about
started
this.
trending online because they're like, we're releasing rankings. Kind of
Oh wait, I know what you're talking about.
like similar to Valorant's rankings of like you go bronze, silver, gold, platinum. we're thinking of this for Grindr.
Doing
But instead,
competitively.
it's going to be a leaderboard, a public leaderboard.
Right.
And it's
No,
going to...
it'll be like attached to your profile. It won't be like a leaderboard that you could just click on. It'll just be like attached to your profile.
I think there needs to be a leaderboard. I think there
Okay.
actually needs to be a leaderboard.
Is it going to be based on like region?
Based on region, I think we can get a
Based on
global
city.
one too.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, come on, these are impressive stats. Like,
Who was the next Genghis Khan of our generation?
exactly. Except they're not having any kids.
Yeah, we'll be like Mayor Mamdani filling all those holes. Shout out to Zoran Mamdani.
Shout out to Zoran Mamdani. Right. So we'll have a lot of leaderboards. You can have one
Right.
for your city or region,
Mhm.
your country, maybe. Yeah, and then we'll
Yeah.
have a global one, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Of course.
And so how this is gonna work is that for every hookup you have, that's like a set amount of points. Let's say every hookup is 1 point, right?
Why don't we do it per like rating? So like you can, after you're done, you have to like rate the person,
Okay,
and then that gives you points.
I think to explain this.
Okay, like you want to explain it first?
Yeah. So obviously every hookup is like 1 point, and then modifiers are added to that, right?
Yeah.
So at the end you have to give your ranking. You have to rate the hookup.
Rate the hookup.
You have to say if you were the top or the bottom.
Mhm.
Bottoming,
Bottoming gives you more points than topping.
bottoming gives you more points than topping. If you didn't,
But if you paint,
paint,
Then
that's
that's
negative points. If you
Yeah.
cleaned, that's extra points.
yes,
If you didn't clean but you didn't paint,
that's just regular.
that's regular.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Actually, no. I think you should still get points for bottoming. Like, just
You
bottoming.
still get the extra points from bottoming, but you don't get the extra multiplier on top of that.
yeah.
Like multipliers add up here.
Mhm.
And then topping, there's
just
no
a
extra
regular
points.
point.
Regular.
Yeah. No, you get like negative points if you don't finish. Well, okay, look. Actually, I can't say that because I
no.
think
Negative points if you don't wait for your bottom to finish.
yes. Negative points
right.
if you just leave.
Negative points if you just leave. There has to be some form of aftercare. That's also positive points.
Yeah.
And then we were also thinking, with these ratings, you also have to disclose like if you were DL for this, if you
Yeah.
were this
This is
adds
really
up.
invasive.
This is very invasive, and that's okay.
But that's okay. Like,
But you're signing up for this.
Yeah.
This is opt-in, obviously.
Mhm. Obviously, like nobody's gonna see it except for everybody.
Yeah.
It's not be attached to your name.
And then we also think of daily multipliers, right? So
Mhm.
like, some people just do one a day, right? That's fine.
Yeah.
You can still get your other multipliers on top of that.
hmm
But let's say a girl got busy.
Yeah, girl got busy.
A girl got busy. A girl just got paid.
Yeah.
3 places in one night. That's a
Right.
3 times
That's a
multiplier right
potential-
there.
Yeah.
But then each of those hookups has extra modifiers on top of it. So you
Yeah.
see, like, the points. This is a really
It
complex
starts
system.
at like 1,
yes.
but it gets like multiplied.
it gets intense. And so, we have these weekly rankings, right?
Mhm.
And so at the end of the week, whoever in your city,
Mhm.
whoever ranks the highest, gets like free merch or something.
Yeah, it gets like
Or-
free merch or like gets a little like they get boosted. Well, actually, no. Let's not.
Maybe you get a little badge.
Yeah.
For the
You get,
week,
like, a
for
little bit
weekly, you
badge.
get a little badge.
Yeah.
Maybe monthly or like yearly.
Free STI testing.
Free STI testing.
Oh, shout out by the way to your local county funded
Yes.
sexual health clinic or just health clinic in general.
Yes.
Those usually give out free STI tests. Just to put that out
Yes.
there.
Yes. Planned Parenthood. Support your Planned Parenthood.
Not even just Planned Parenthood. I mean like actual county.
Yeah,
like, the
of course
county
that as
public
well.
health.
But also support Planned Parenthood.
yeah,
They will also do that.
they
kind
will
of
also
stuff.
do it for you.
Because not every county, unfortunately,
Yeah.
has that stuff. So,
That's true.
what was I saying? Right.
Okay. What does the winner get?
So,
Just a little badge gets bragging rights.
yeah, weekly, little bragging rights, little badge. Yearly, you get free merch.
Yeah.
Free merch yearly.
Mhm.
And then we were also saying this. So you can break down the categories for these rankings by like, position, right?
Mhm.
DL or not. And so like the DL leaderboard, top DL gets outed, and I just think like this really brings a spice back to
It really does.
that. So you're almost playing this game of like, oh,
Like,
I can't.
oh.
Wait, I already did one tonight. I can't do another. I can't do
Yeah.
another. That pushes
Yeah.
me too far up.
Right.
Right.
So like if you're DL and you're like worried about getting outed, like you just can't have
You
sex.
can't. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Sorry.
Moderation.
Yeah, but like the highest scoring DL, the DL person who's had the most gay sex gets outed.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, look, you're having this much already.
You're having this much fun.
Yeah.
It's time.
We're putting you on blast.
We're putting you on blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The logistics of how this is gonna work, I don't know yet.
Yeah.
But
We'll
we're gonna
figure it
let you
out.
We're actually
We'll
gonna,
figure it out.
why don't we promote them to like the top of like the grid?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just
Yeah.
put them at the top of the grid.
DL of the year.
Yeah, DL.
DL of the week.
The
Yeah.
album becomes public.
Your album is unlocked and it's to the public. Yeah.
Right.
Your IP address leaks.
Right.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, this is what we're thinking about.
Then like
yeah.
the lowest scoring, like, how do I say this? The bottom with like the most paints
Mhm.
also gets outed.
So the bottom with the most paints also gets put on blast.
And let's talk about those hookup apps with like rating features.
What happened?
There are hookup apps where you can
No, there
rate.
are. There are.
It's so funny.
Yes. I think actually Hinge kind of has something like that too.
Yeah.
Where it's like after you go on a date, it's like, oh, did you guys go on a date?
Yeah. How did you like it?
How'd you like
But
it?
that's like no, but like
yeah,
that's for,
but that's different. That's dating specifically.
No, but like that's dating and it's for the app. I'm talking
Yeah.
about reviews.
Yes, reviews.
There are hookup apps with
Mhm.
reviews.
Mhm.
Like imagine going somewhere, like reviewing someone and being like, they actually weren't that hot.
Yeah.
3 stars.
Yeah, 3 stars. Yeah, so that's kind of what we're thinking about.
Mhm.
And like I personally would never be on this app.
Right.
That
Right.
no.
Right.
No. I am so lucky to be in my monogamous relationship. It's been honestly, I was not on Grindr even before I started
Yeah.
my current relationship,
Mhm.
just because I
It's
had
just such a
had
nightmare of an app.
such a bad experience, and we're really trying to bring that even further.
Yeah. We're trying to make the experience even worse.
We're trying to elevate that for the next generation. And yeah, so it's just like I think. Also, we need to bring Grindr to more devices.
We do.
I'm thinking, Grindr for TV. Yeah.
You want to sit in the chair?
Yeah. Like if you have like a little
Grindr streaming.
Grindr streaming. You can go live on Grindr, like in a Twitch stream. And if you go live, you can get like your little Twitch subscribers. You can
Yeah.
get that on Grindr.
Yeah.
And then that's also a multiplier for whoever is like part of the stream.
Right.
We'll figure out the logistics of that. Maybe some
course.
facial recognition or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get a flock camera for that one. Right.
Right.
Sorry, I was gonna say something and I completely blanked.
Bruh.
Bro, okay. Right, so you're gonna go live. Oh, right. If you have like a little Apple Watch, you can get updates. You can get updates live.
Oh my god. What if you had like a Grindr watch and it tracked like
Oh my god, wait, Pokemon Go but Grindr.
No, but Grindr is gay Pokemon Go. Like you've known this.
No, it is, but I mean like you have to go to the Pokestop. Oh my god, gym battle. Gym battles at actual gyms.
Gym battles, but they're orgies.
Wait, that's just Sniffies.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just Sniffies.
Unfortunately, because Sniffies also has the map.
Sniffies
the
also
map
has the map,
layout.
and it'll literally tell you like, oh, there's someone here. There's an orgy happening here. Like it just says that on the map.
Yeah.
So, that's
Wow.
yeah.
This
yeah.
is really we really hit like an end here because this already exists.
we came full
went
circle.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
So maybe Sniffies really is just worse Grindr.
Except they don't have our rating features. That's
Right.
proprietary. That's
That's
proprietary. Jesus Christ. Now I'm just thinking about leveling up your matches. Evolving your matches.
God.
Oh, if you hook up with the same person multiple times, that does lower the multiplier because it's like you got to know them. You already know it.
Yeah. The lowest
yeah.
multiplier, but like I still think it shouldn't be like it should be a lower multiplier, but it shouldn't take
By
away from your
that
score.
much. I think I think it's just like, this app clearly has to encourage
super spreader behavior.
as much
Hookups.
hookup as possible, as much
Yeah.
polyamory as possible.
Oh my god, how many? Okay, so
New tagline for Grindr: the polyamory app.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. No, and see, do we think that like there should be a point multiplier for every extra person is in this encounter?
Yeah. Well, yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Every
like-
extra person that's part of this.
Yeah, like 2 is the default, but if you have 3,
that's like 0.5.
yeah, and then like you add 0.5 for every other person.
Yeah.
Do you think it's like a decreasing?
No, I think it
Or should be flat?
increases. I think this increases.
Okay, so it's
Okay.
like
I think it's I forget what kind of graph that is, where it's a lot and then it kind of tails off.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
I get what you're talking about.
I forget the name of that.
I haven't taken.
Is that
stats in, like,
logarithmic?
Yeah, I think it's logarithmic.
Okay. Yeah. It kind of shoots up the first one and then it kind of trails off.
Yeah.
That's what we're pitching for this scale. And so, this we're encouraging community. We're encouraging community.
Yeah. Me when I'm talking to community poll and realizing how to fixed him 14 bodies ago.
me swiping no because I realized that I've already hooked up with them and it's gonna lower my multiplier.
Min-maxing gay sex. And you know what? I think you should get negative points you should get negative points for not using protection.
Oh yes, sorry. Negative points for not using protection. Obviously. Always use protection.
Naturally.
Right. Oh my god, we missed a whole part of this.
Yes.
If you're not, on PrEP, if you're not on protection, if you haven't tested, these are all negative multipliers because look, we may be what's the right word?
It may be whores and sluts.
We may be promoting
Oh, right.
sodomy and polyamory.
But we promote it in a safe place.
But we also promote safe sex.
Yeah.
We promote good choices.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like I think after every STI test you do,
Mhm.
I think you get maybe 5 encounters.
Okay.
And then after those 5 happen,
You start getting a
You
negative
start
multiplier. It's like being in the storm in Fortnite.
yeah. Exactly.
Exactly like that.
Exactly that.
Exactly like that. Like it's about to close, so you better get inside before it closes on you.
Yeah. Get another test.
Get another test.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes.
And then obviously not wearing a condom.
And look, I'm just saying, this is also good for us to be able to track back spreading events.
Yeah.
So now we're able to see oh, he spread to them and them and then yeah.
Yeah. So we get to see. And you know what? This kind of information would actually be really helpful. On a serious note.
On a serious note, this is actually good information to know. Of course, there is the legal barriers of it of we probably shouldn't be, disclosing people like that. Yeah.
That being said.
We should disclose your STDs to people, girl.
Yeah.
Stop having sex if you have an STD.
If you have an STI, stop having sex.
Right, STI.
Oh my gosh.
My bad.
My bad. STD also works.
Mm-hmm.
No, and then I was if you actually spread the STD, that's a minus 20 points to your score.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And that's it.
And that's it.
That's it.
I think
guys,
we pitched enough.
Oh wait, one last
more.
one. One last one.
Mm-hmm.
If you are in the RNC and Grindr crashes, that is a negative multiplier.
Right.
Unfortunately,
if you crash Grindr,
that's a negative multiplier.
Right.
And that's it.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Wow,
guys,
this has been a pleasure.
This has been so much fun
on many fronts.
Should we get into quick pitches?
We should get into
quick pitches. We don't have a lot of time left.
We don't.
So let's just quickly get into this. My first one is gonna be get off Grindr.
Get off Grindr.
Get off Grindr.
Meet people in real life.
Get off
dating
dating apps. Get off Grindr. Just meet people. You don't even have to date, guys.
In the sauna.
In anywhere.
In the public bathroom.
Go ahead with your quick
on a forest hike.
Okay.
In the park. Right.
Yours.
Okay. Mine is to get on protection.
Yep.
Get on PEP. Get on Doxy PEP. Get on PrEP. Get on Doxy PEP. if you're having sex. Obviously, if you're not, it's okay. Like, you don't have to. And I think those drugs do have some side effects. So obviously,
Yeah.
the good outweighs the bad if you are using the good.
Yes.
Yes.
My next one is, oh my God, I just had it and I just lost it. Oh, men learn to helicopter.
It's exciting.
Yeah, and that's one that you can post onto your socials.
Right.
And add that to your album.
Yeah, add that to your album.
Okay.
And you know what? In general, guys need to learn how to take better pictures. I know we were literally just talking about, like, take better nudes for, like, your album. Beyond that,
we're past our one sentence.
You need to take better pictures of your girlfriends.
Okay, that's his pitch. Take better pictures of your girlfriends.
Just take better pictures in general.
Of your partner. My last one is gonna be, this is also about cameras. Men, stop using the wide angle lens. It doesn't look good. It only looks good in landscapes. You guys don't know how to use that camera. Just don't use it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
For me, my last one is, I don't even know.
You want me to throw one in?
Yeah.
Pitching settling down.
Yeah. Like, literally what you said, getting off of Grindr.
Getting off of Grindr, settle down. Monogamy if you want. If you want.
It doesn't even have to be monogamy. Just
it can be a tabletop polycule.
Yeah. Just find consistency in your life. Find a pattern. Look, getting out there is fun.
Yep.
But find consistency.
Yeah. Fun in moderation.
Yes.
Okay. Let's get into the ending spiel.
Yes.
I'm gonna do it this time.
Okay, yeah.
Rate 5 stars wherever you live. Oh wait, actually, no. I want to start this a different way.
Okay.
In the comments, tell us your Grindr experience. Tell us your hookup experience if you have any. We want to hear your stories. Don't reveal too much.
Not too much.
But please tell us your stories.
This is not Twitter.
This has been Pitchin Sh with Tim and Machu, produced by Tim and Machu. Rate 5 stars wherever you listen to podcasts. The video version of this podcast is available on YouTube and Spotify. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Why do I keep saying Apple Music? Be sure to follow us. Get the greatest updates. We're also on social media at Pitchin Sh wherever you find us.
We're not on Grindr.
We're not on Grindr. Maybe we will be.
Grindr podcasts.
And the album is just our podcast. See, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And last one is Pitchin Sh comes out every Friday. We'll see you next week.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.